And we're back for game number 2. My name is HeflaTV, and with me is now someone else. It's the Cappuccino. He's here. Titan versus MiTH, game 2 in the JDL Season 3, the Asian Division. And game 1 was interesting, to say the least. I don't know if you saw it, Coucher, or not, but what do you say?
Yeah, I saw it from actually like the second minute onwards or so. So was just late for the draft more or less. But I mean, Titan at the start they struggled a little bit, gave away some kills to MiTH, but once they just got their necessary levels, they kind of snowballed, and they did most of that 4 versus 5 as well, with the Lycan just split pushing all the time.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, whatever Titan achieved in that game was pretty much a 4 versus 4 or 4 versus 5, because Yamate, he didn't bother. He wasn't part of any team fight except for the last one when you saw them breaching high ground in the mid. Besides that, he was a typical Lycan, just minding his own business, farming jungle, farming lane, making sure he doesn't die, and going for the split push. That's all they've done, and with all this, they just secured the win. Like, even though they were behind in kills, they had just experience and gold advantage. I mean, that's something you have to achieve. You're getting shut down early game, and still you farm better than the enemy. That is something that shows how big Titan is at the moment, how disciplined and how well practiced they are.
Yeah, I guess it's a given as well. They're pretty much the only team in the Southeast Asian region to have a proper gaming house as well. And they've been like the forerunners of the Southeast Asian team for so long now already with their lineup. And of course, having a stable lineup always helps as well. So they just mesh so well together. With Trust, of course, they had 2 member changes after the TI4 qualifiers. So, but they're doing well enough at the moment. And looking at the draft, Viper and the Tidehunter for Titan, but MiTH Trust having a Doombringer and an Ancient Apparition. So far, there's not really any proper like setup for the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast, but if anybody gets Ice Blasted and is doomed at the same time, that's just so much damage over time taking him down.
Yep. What I like the most about those teams is that they completely agree on the first bans. Like in Panda, the Void and the Razor, this is something both teams just don't want to see. It's like they agree on it. They're like, you know, it's the non-aggression pack. Guys, you know, we ban this, you ban this, it's all good from there and we see how it goes. I mean, they're the current big heroes in the meta. Like, nobody wants to play against them. The only difference is now that Lycan got through last game, and it was, what else was banned out? Oh man, my brain. What got
that
banned
I
out
cannot
instead
help
of the
to a fighter, man.
Don't know, I will remember in a second. But either way, we have to look what they got. I mean, Viper Tidehunter. The Tidehunter actually was banned in the second one stage in the first game. Now it got through here because it was the second pick of Titan. The Viper again, I mean, KYXY did a good job. Like, he farmed just well. Like, the tri lane just established a very dominant position in that top lane. This like was 0-0 like 4 minutes into the game or so. That was just horrible. And his supports also abandoned him. They didn't go. That was the interesting part. They didn't go for a clash, tri-lane versus tri-lane. They rather preferred the supports roaming, which looked successful at the start, at the beginning. But the problem was Viper finding all that farm. Fast mech, I think that was 8 minutes or 9 minutes mech. And as soon as he had that mech, he was just going on different lanes. He only died once when he got ganked. From there on, he was just a bait. Always net in the background, as well as Ohio. And by the way, those vacuum walls, they were beautiful. Into Impale, like having this perfect timing. I don't know how often he had a 3 or 4 man Impale this game, but that was beautiful to watch.
Yeah, when I looked at the draft on them, the team composition, I was like, man, it's really their only combination with the vacuum, just having the Impale to follow up. But like you said as well, they just did it so perfectly almost every single time. So the synergy between those 2 players was just spot on for that game. We'll get to see maybe something of the sort this time around as well. Don't think we'll see a Darkseer though, unless the Tidehunter is going to be a support one. Unfortunately, MiTH Trust though, if they want to send the Doombringer in the safe lane to farm, they themselves in theory could go for a Darkseer as well. Not too many teams play it, but vacuum into Ice Blast could also be rather devastating.
Yep, absolutely. Like, I can imagine this, but well, let's see. I mean, Witch Dog is not there. We have seen the Witch Dog being utilized, and you know why I like the Void? I mean, I hate the Void for that he's just Void, but he managed one thing, that the Witch Dog is actually now an option, even without a Void, because in all those little draft games, sometimes the Witch Dog got through, or they wanted to pick a Witch Dog, usually as a nice synergy for the Void. But now that he got here and there some plays, then teams started to pick him up. And I just love it, because I love that hero. Of course, there's always a bit RNG stuff behind it, but I love that he scales so well, because he has, first of all, the option, then later Maledict. I mean, the Voodoo Restoration build is at the moment the most dominant one, and the Maledict is something that can scale quite nicely, even late game, because in huge team fights, then Maledict on multiple targets is like a jackpot, if you just get enough collateral damage on it. And with the Arcanum Scepter, the damage is just insane, and the only thing you have to do is like make sure that nobody interrupts that poor little guy. That's pretty much it. Like, if you manage this, then the Witch Dog is amazing support. But we're not gonna see him this game. Rubik also being banned. Last game it was banned by MiTH. This time they don't want to have it on Titan's side. I guess that's a nice logical step after you have the Viper, because Viper Strike stolen is a guaranteed one. You can do that all the time. Ravage requires some timing, but is also quite nice to steal. And yeah, I guess that justifies it. On the other side, no Master Open Wards, and the Wraith King, well, it's okay ban, I guess.
Yeah, and Titan actually going for a Mirana at the moment. Might be their core one, or might just as well be a support. Although one thing that's a little bit weird is that the Skyref Mage hasn't been picked or banned so far. I would have thought that Titan would have just easily gone for it at the moment. Viper with the Viper Strike should actually be able to provide even enough slow for the Mystic Flare to hit, at least for the majority of it. Ravage into Mystic Flare also pretty damn potent.
Yep.
But a Mirana for them instead. And I just want to say one thing. I am still expecting to see a Magnus Witch Doctor combination at some point. Just RP into Maledict and just rape.
Yeah, sure, why not? But we have a Earthshaker on the other side. So we have right now, if we take all things in consideration, we have -1 already. Like, the Mirana will fall victim to the Doom if she's out of position. The Tidehunter, of course, is a target you want to Doom just to prevent that Ravage to come out. The Ancient Aberration, still not the perfect setup for him. I mean, now we have, of course, the Earthshaker, which could provide some lockdown, a nicely timed Accu Slam, Enchant Totem plus a Fissure. It could buy enough time for a nice multiple target Ice Blast, but it's not a guaranteed one. You know, if anything happens there on the way, like the Earthshaker being, I don't know, used, nightmared now that we have a Bane, for example, it's I still want to see something that holds people better in place, so the Ice Blast can actually make something happen. Or they do that typical play, everything is holding back, the Ice Blast is flying across the map, finding a target, and if it hits the target, you initiate. If it doesn't hit, you don't initiate. Like, we see many teams playing that style of Ancient Apparition. So let's see what's coming out.
Yeah, they go for a Morphling actually at the moment, so that's going to be their carry. Lakels is probably one of the best Morphling players, probably even globally, but definitely in the Southeast Asian scene. So it makes only sense that he's going to play that hero. As Titan, they go for the Bane, so Bane Mirana combination. And do you think it's gonna be still a support Mirana, or are they just going for the carry Mirana?
I think they still have the option with the fifth one. The fifth one could still go the other way around, but at the moment this might be the support Mirana, just because it's too tasty with a Bane. I mean, Nightmare and Arrow, like, this is so old school that it has to happen.
Actually, I'm also hoping for the support Mirana to come out. Like you said, just the roaming duo of Bane Mirana, it's so devastating. Literally, pretty much nobody, at least nobody from MiTH's side at the moment, could be able to dodge it unless somebody toggles the Nightmare off of them.
Yeah.
So, whoever they pick as a mid laner, I mean, usually, or sometimes, the Morphling is seen as in the mid lane as well. So he has the waveform to escape, but just Nightmare into Arrow, there's no way for you to get the waveform. Even the Replicate wouldn't be enough at that point.
Absolutely, and well, let's see. A Morphling is always dangerous when he gets to farm, because that's what MiTH is looking for at the moment. Like Doom, Ancient Apparition, Earthshaker, and whatever is coming out at the fifth one, they're all just there to buy time. But, okay.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow. Outworld Destroyer is being picked up. That puts Viper again in a farming position in the tri-lane, Titan in the offlane, Mirana, Bane supporting that Viper, and an OD in the mid. And the mid, who's gonna go mid? On the other side, I mean.
Well, it's a little bit harder for them now to just try to decide where to go. I mean, they could still send the Morphling there. I think he should be decentish against OD, but just not being able to use Waveform means no escape as well as just no flash farming capabilities really. So MiTH, I'm hoping for them to just pick up something like a Kanka or I don't know. And actually Titan banning out the Lone Druid makes a little bit more sense now because Lone Druid mid lane is pretty damn awesome against OD because you can just stay at the range and have the Spirit Bear do your dirty work for you.
Yeah, true.
But Titan, do you actually think that they might be going for an aggressive tri-lane, leaving Tidehunter to just face the Doom off lane?
That is certainly one possibility, but we have to see what's coming out. Okay,
Oh man.
Venomancer.
It's a brilliant pick. I was thinking about the Venomancer earlier on because I've seen the Venomancer Ancient Apparition combination. You just go around the map, Venomancer pops his ultimate onto any single target with the Ice Blast to follow up, and that hero is just dead.
Yeah.
But Venomancer is also extremely good against OD because you can just use the Plague Wards to get the farm and harass OD in return.
Well, it's also some nice push potential, because so far I was like, okay guys, maybe they want to hold back, get that Morphling fed on Lakels. And by the way, Lakels had such an amazing start on the Ember Spirit, but the problem is Titan was just too fast in pushing that thing through. That was the biggest problem. If they would have given the Ember Spirit about 5 minutes more to at least get the cleave up, the cleave would have made a huge difference in those clash fights. But, I don't know, Lakels, he also committed to the fights, I don't know, how can I say this? Like he rushed in, used almost all his mana there, for example, and then also used 2 remnants, so he only had 1 remnant to get out, couldn't go for a fake remnant. So the Ember Spirit play aggressively was really nice, but the problem is he always it was always a one-way ticket. When he joined the fight, it was a one-way ticket, and I didn't like that style. Now we're gonna see him on the Morphling. Let's see. With the Morphling, it's easier to get out just because of the replicate, unless you really get locked down. But let's see what's coming. We have the new game starting. This is game number 2. Titan is leading with 1-0, and I'm gonna introduce the guys here on the Dire side. We have Ohio this time on a Tidehunter, followed here by Extinct on a Bane. Yamate is playing the Outworld Destroyer at the moment. He did an awesome job on the Lycan, or rather a normal job on the Lycan. Nothing too surprising there. And let's see, the 2 slow guys here is at the moment Net being blocked by KYXY on the Viper, and Net himself has the Mirana waiting for a nice Nightmare target. Right now, they're heading in the enemy jungle, and let's see what's there to come.
Yeah, MiTH, they might run into the trap as well. ST, or TR, playing the Ancient Apparition. Noki, up on the Earthshaker. Actually, everybody else is just so damn slow at the moment. Lakels will be playing on the Morphling, of course. Leaving MyPro as a mid lane Venomancer, and off lane taken by KYT on the Doombringer. And Lakels, he is usually compared to Miracle since they are from the same region after all. But the thing that Lakels likes to do is go a little bit more greedy with his item build, especially on the Morphling chest. He usually likes to go for the Hand of Midas as well.
Yep, that's how I know him as well. Like he's a bit, yeah. By the way, I think Ohio also, no, I think it was Gnocchi last game who DC'd right at the start, but this time it's Ohio, so we have another break. But what do you say about the Venomancer mid? I mean, we haven't seen the Venomancer mid for quite some time. We have seen it at the TI. That's, I think, the last time I casted a Venomancer mid. Yeah, my TI cast. That's the last time I can remember.
I think it's an excellent pick. Just against OD, it's so damn good. You probably won't even be in range, most likely for the Astral Imprisonment. Or even if you are, just spamming out Plague Wards really doesn't require all that much mana. And it does work well with Ancient Apparition, so Venomancer just needs the levels, might even go for the Hand of Midas as core Venomancers quite often do. And actually, Venomancer, funny enough, is good against both the OD as well as the Razor, which are used to just counter each other a little bit.
Yep. By the way, I love this sentry ward here at bottom. It's a nice position, so in case there has been an observer ward behind, like they're not going for it. The observer ward is here just to give vision to the side and to the rune. The other one is not even the other one. Oh, actually it is here. It's behind the tier 1 tower in the mid, and now they have of course vision here, and they're already looking for it. Look at this.
Yeah, this should be an easy kill. Nightmare setup. I wrote the follow up as well. I mean, no way he's gonna get out. Or is there KYXY? Has the poison attack, and yeah. I mean, they're not even tanking up the tower really, and KYXY, he's the one to get first blood. And we were actually a little bit wrong about the lanes as well.
Yeah, but did you see how he like before he died he was like really sad and just putting his like tentacles like bottomwards, like really that sad expression on the Venomancer when he's low HP. I love that I love those animations in Dota 2, like when a hero is low HP that, you know, they're either limping or doing
Oh
some
man,
other-
ST gonna get gushed up, Extinct is there's a Nightmare, Net to follow up with an arrow as well, but Lakels together with Noki, will they be enough? The Fisher is there, they show Ohio might be trapped as well, they get the kill, Ohio on the run now, does make it out, and as does everybody else, so Titan man just early rotations, and you were hoping for the Bane Mirana combination, and
Yeah.
man does it work well.
It comes out, and look at it, look at what they do right now. I mean, they're smoked up. The problem is there is no clarity on Extinct. There's no clarity on Extinct, which means we have no mana for Nightmare at the moment. It's 165 mana. It's a damn expensive spell. And nope, this one is not happening. So it has to be with a fishing arrow. Let's see if that one is coming out. Of course, with a fishing arrow, that could be easy. Because till then, I don't know, at least the right clicks of a Bane could come in, but that's pretty much it. Let's see what's coming out here. MyPro, he's directly next to Observer Ward, so they might actually see him scouting Plague Ward just to make sure. But let's see. It's crashing soon.
Oh,
But
Ohio actually got blocked. There's the Chilling Touch as well, man. He's gonna go down so damn fast. Just to use the gush once. But really nice block from Noki coming out, so they finally get one on the board themselves. I mean, I say finally, it's only 2 minutes in.
yeah, but it felt like Titan having such a good start, so it was about time that MiTH is really striking back here. And well, Net, there's the arrow. It's flying, but no, it did not hit. Did not hit at all. And instead, there's Gnocchi blocking here, Titan, and he has no lead. And if the Venomancer is coming, look at this, this is enough. He's trying to get the neutrals involved to get a deny, but yes, MiTH is making it possible here. 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, he just stayed there for so damn long, and if they're like, there's no way we're gonna let you just continuously go and rape our mid lane like that.
And maybe
And
they want
Ohio?
to go on Ohio here.
Oh, another Fisher, it's gonna get the block again!
Deja
The Chilling
vu.
Touch comes out. Man, just absolutely perfect plays from Noki at the moment. Although, actually, will they get the kill? If you want right clicks, he is pretty damn tanky. Gonna try to deny himself. The Ogres, of course, don't do that much damage. One more right click, and ST, he gets it.
I think he should have ran, in my opinion. I think there might have been a distinct chance that he got out there, but he decided not to go for it. So let's see. But in the mid, I think we're gonna have the next one again here. It only requires one Nightmare, and oh, he's running his brown boots already. Nightmare is coming up, and now it's all about the arrow. The arrow is landing, and now it's, yeah, right click, YOLO, kill. That makes it a 3-3 here. We are, guys, we have 3.5 minutes in that damn game, and we have 6 kills already. That's 2 KPM, and no, I'm not talking about kappa per minute. No, I'm talking about kills per minute. And this is perfect action here. You couldn't ask for more.
Yes, man. Of course, when you have a Mirana together with a Bane rotating around, it's only a given unless just the Earthshaker sits in the mid lane trying to defend with the Fishers there.
Yeah.
But Earthshaker himself, I mean, he's 0-0-3, so he's been a part of every single kill. But Ohio taking some damage now, like kills. Actually, the waveform comes through. One more right click will do the job, or will it? Yes, ST's actually flies out, so.
Nice. There, he baited him there. Like, he wanted to get rid of that Observer Ward, but in the end, like, the problem is they have no sentry ward at the moment on MiTH. So they know, okay, there is a sentry. They should de-ward it ASAP, in my opinion. But let's see, is there something coming? The courier is flying, and it has nothing in there. But there's a MiTH at least for Lakel, so he's going full-time greedy.
Yeah, man, we were talking about it as well, that he likes to do it. And at the moment, he really needs to be the hard carry for their team as well. I mean, they have a Venomancer mid who hasn't been doing as well at the moment at all. I mean, he's 5-0 compared to 36-13 on KYXY. So, I mean, Lakel's, he needs to be the hard carry for them, and the Hand of Midas might allow him to do so, and he's gonna get it like 5 minutes in, which is definitely pretty good timing, so probably not gonna get punished for it.
Oh, they wanted to go here on Ohio, and actually, oh, he dives. The Ancient Apparition, he's given up his life for that one. Mirana, oh, that is a perfect TP. He came in perfectly timed for the last hit, and that's a dominating streak for the Mirana. She's gonna be happy because this is a roaming Mirana. This was her first CS, by the way. We just witnessed the first CS on net here. Everything else was just gold and experience by kills. But yeah, he got a dominating streak. That's approximately 500 gold for him, and the first CS since Ohio is not in lane anymore. So yeah, Mirana, definitely a happy Mirana.
Yeah, and actually, Lakel's, I mean, he got his Hand of Midas pretty fast, thanks to some kills on the Tidehunter, of course. But last hit-wise, he's not doing as well at all, and usually the mid laners are definitely falling behind from safe laners, but I mean, KYX by 43-17 compared to a 26-13 safe lane Morphling. That's That's a little bit surprising to me, to be honest, that the Morphling doesn't have as much CS.
Yep, absolutely. But oh well, I mean Yamate, this is where we have to watch all the time. Like, how is this going? I mean, he is at the moment the second one in CS. The Doom, well, not a very happy Doom with Devour and everything. He just managed to get like 11 up, and he's not even using Devour on those creeps. Like, I don't understand, to be honest. Like, having that Devour on cooldown with full mana. I think he wants to save that mana because he wants to go somewhere and use that Doom. That's the only explanation I can find here. And there's a smoke. He on Noki, so they might want to go for this one. Maybe he wants to get the aura before. Right now he has the War Stomp. Okay, they don't want
They
to
smoked
go for
under
it.
the Observer Ward, though. I'm not too sure if
Yeah.
Titan noticed it, but it was almost on top of the Observer Ward. They definitely had vision of it. And it's actually backing off with the Invis rune, so I guess, yeah, man, a little bit unfortunate for MiTH there.
Yep, they should know about it. Oh, but look at this! In the mid, that arrow!
But they're backing up almost immediately. KOX are finally going in for another right click. The Doom is there, Fisher as well. They actually get the Venomous scale, but even with the slows, they're not going to go for the follow-up. Although, will the poison damage take the Viper down? Venomous scale, it's only level 1, so it actually doesn't do any damage.
No.
So he's going to be able to survive, man. KYXY, he like put on the Viper Strike on the Venomancer, then was like, oh crap, the supports are coming in. He backed off and was like, I need at least one more right click.
You know
I knew
that,
that was not
I
enough.
think the Venomancer would have died if this was Gale level 2 and actually doing damage. This would have been a dead Venomancer because he survived with 8 HP because corrosive skin was applied on him. If that was a level 2 Gale and ticking on him, that would have been horrible. But oh, there might be a go on Ohio. He's not level 6 yet. And now it's all the right clicks. It is of course support. Oh, it's not enough. I can't even believe this.
7 HP, man, for the win. But KYXY, no, he's not going to get the slows, or at least not enough of them. He only has brown boots himself.
This is the
But
second time he survives with that HP, with that amount of HP. I mean, this is quite sick. And at the moment, MyPro versus Yamate here, and well, he doesn't have too much HPS. I mean, he has 10, but this is of course with the Tango. But he only has like 3 HPS. But right now, there's the Bane rotating in, and this might be bad news.
Yeah, I mean, Tidehunter is coming in. Net might be a little bit late actually on the Mirana TP thanks to the Tidehunter, but Astro Imprisonment, will the arrow be there in time?
Perfect.
Oh man, perfect.
This was a beautiful play. They were like, Nightmare, come on, Mirana, come with your arrow. But they were like, oh damn it, it's not enough. But sure, you got an Astro Imprisonment, and perfect timing. The timing couldn't have been better. Again, showing that Titan is a very experienced team. Like, under any other circumstances, this would have not worked out. But they made it happen. Easy going for them, but it's still 5-5. MiTH is not out of this game here. Just Ohio is a damn lucker. We have to say this. Oh, KYXY here. There is a Doom, but he's just baiting out that mech, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, actually, at the moment we're seeing the issue with MiTH's lineup. Pretty much their only stun is the Fisher of the Earthshaker, and if he doesn't get the block, they really don't have any proper follow-up to that. I mean, yes, they would have the Venomous scale from the Venomancer as well, but and he needs to be there for that. So they need the Fisher and the Venomous scale for the double slow. So they think actually he's gonna go on MyPro Nightmare, but arrow, will it be enough? Nope.
He could get the kill, but the problem is there's an Astro Imprisonment. Oh, there's an Ice Blast flying. It doesn't hit on Net nor on the Bane. I mean, the Bane, of course, yeah, he's getting the hell out of here. TPing back to the fountain, that's the right decision, I guess. So at the moment, the Venomancer not finding the best. To be honest, that's the biggest problem. Oh, but there's Net. He's looking for a nice angle. They also have the Moonlight Shadow if they want to. So let's see. With a nice arrow.
MyPro has vision of Net though, thanks to the Plague Ward, so he should be aware when it's gonna fly out. He places down another Plague Ward as well. And that's one thing that I love Venomancer for. You just have those so-called free observer wards, more or less. Just throw down the Plague Wards everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at daytime, like you can cover a huge area, pretty much every angle. And well, let's see what's coming out. The Doom is actually going for a MiTH, but Jesus, this is not the fastest MiTH we've ever seen. Also, again, he's not using his Devour. Now he's using Devour, and if he gets like 2 CS, then he got the MiTH ready. But top, there's a rotation. They're smoked. It's the same old story.
Yeah, Nightmare into arrow. I mean, this time there's no dodging it, no Plague Wards to toggle off the Nightmare, and there's even one point into Arcane Orb already on Yamate.
Yep, this is, well, it's always good to have actually one point in your orb in there, especially for these occasions here. But oh, in the mid, they want to go on KYXY. Oh, there's the Ice Blast as well as the Doom. Now, they need more damage, but it's not coming. The 2 rotations just making sure, and I think this is enough, yes. Again, this is the second time Doom out on a target, but it's coming on. The arrow flying, but this time just making it CS possible. But still, there's 3 people top, Cliff being used, and the only defender at the moment is Mr. Venomancer. But oh, Astro Imprisonment is coming. Nightmare maybe, or the Gash first, Brain Sap. Well, this should be enough with the Ravage. Yes, they go for it. Even the Insanity Clips used for it. I think that was a bit overkill.
Yes, definitely wasn't. Actually, like else, he's still Nightmare up the courier and it goes down. Oh man, really miss micro. SD might go down, one more right click. Actually, everybody dodges the Ice Blast as well. 4-step out from Yamato to Hayo. He wants to stay out the negative burn. Oh, it's gonna be enough.
What a sneaky bastard, that Ohio. Like, just coming in like, ah guys, I got some war charges to give here. Take that, an Ancient Apparition is falling to it. That gives Titan now a free kill advantage here. We're looking already at a net worth at 12 minutes, and, well, it's not going too successful for MiTH at the moment when it comes to those engagements, for obvious reason, because they are really greedy. I mean, we have 2 MiTHs running. This might play in their hands if this goes later, but at the moment Titan shows this early aggression, so I don't think we see it late.
Yeah, and the Doombringer actually scores there from cooldown now. If he just gets caught by anything, although the server came down, Noki has vision of the Titan. Actually, the slow is there on KYT anyway. 5 people there. Ice Blast is flying. Fisher comes out. Ice Blast only onto 1. Noki, man, bye bye. Viper struck up for Earthshake. And actually, KYT, does he really want to go? He has his ultimate though. He's gonna pop it on the Titan as well. We do see SD coming in. Chilling touch only onto himself. And I think Ohio's just going to be fine. I mean, they have the mech on KYXY as well if needed.
Yep. I mean, the best thing you can do against the Viper is take a replicate of the Viper, because then permanently you have the corrosive skin on the enemy, because like it's the corrosive skin from the replicate, and then that triggers the replicate from the original hero. So there's like till that replicate lives, KYXY has the corrosive skin up, but Titan did the right thing. They focused the replicate. They're gonna get that tier 1 tower in on top of it, but of course at the same time, oh nice arrow again on here, my pro, and oh my god, this should be easy kill, I think. Oh, he gets the ultimate out at least. So KYXY getting huge ton of damage, but defensive Astro for now, holding him in place. I don't know if they want more, but he's gonna die, I think. He's still gonna die.
3 seconds for the mech. Actually, the wave misses. Can he get his mech off? Yes, he can, and all the kills out of mana. Arcane Ult following him. Actually, the strength morph is enough, but now Astro Imprisonment up. And actually, Viper, well, he died in the end to the Venomancer poison damage, but
again, the same story. That Viper just being tanky, KYXY tanking it all away, while Titan, the rest of Titan, or rather, is just making the job. It's I don't know, some sort of mirror match of game 1. And for that they committed so much. This was a Venomancer down, this is Lakel's, their greedy farm, well, that greedy farmer going down, and this is just bad news. Now Ohio, look at this, triple stack here in the jungle. He's gonna get, most likely, that Blink Dagger right after here for the next Ravage.
Yeah, I think so. It would make only sense. I mean, they have the mech already, so Tidehunter... I mean, some Tidehunters prefer 4-staff in some certain games, but I think just Blink is the best option at the moment. Just counter-initiate or initiate, doesn't really matter which one.
Yep, I guess. But let's see. We have to look the first time into the graphs and see where we actually are by the numbers, and yeah, it pretty much underlines what we saw the last some minutes. 3k at the moment here for Titan. When it comes to gold, it's only 2k, but this is actually less than I expected. I expected more. I thought we are at like 6k advantage, and gold also, I don't know, 5k, 6k, maybe even already 7.5 mark. Oh, but top, there's an arrow just flying through them, and Venomancer going mid to defend this.
It's just the two-hand of Midas is doing some work, and of course the Doom Devourer as well. Last hit twice Titans, OD and Viper, yes they are up there, but I mean, considering how much ahead they were like 10 minutes into the game, it's definitely slow enough because Titan has been focusing a little bit more on just rotating around and going for kills.
Oh, what is Yamate doing? Look at this, he just 4-stuffed in here, but he has to wait for the next 4-stuff to get the hell out of here. So right now he's just, I don't know, on the Greenpeace strip and saying like, oh, I love trees.
I think he got the angle a little bit wrong. Maybe he was expecting to land about here to just be 3 of the trees, but...
But yeah, second force turf is just bringing him out, so he's there for the defense. I actually liked what they do, or what they did here, MiTH, that the Doom and the Earthshaker being the bait behind the Morphling, but apparently that force turf, intentional or unintentional, was just making it impossible because, yeah, smoke running out, therefore no way to go in there. So 60 minutes in, and I don't know, what do you think should MiTH do? Like, try to go in the offensive, get some kills, or let the MiTH and the Devour roll? And I guess they answered the question themselves already, as the Doom is invisible in the mid and he wants to do something.
Yeah, I don't think he will find too much at the moment though. Maybe they were hoping the Ice Blast to come.
Oi, caramba. That was the bottom ulti coming out. Moonlight Shadow here, and they wanted Lakel's, but Lakel's, I don't know if he saw it, if he smelled it, whatever was coming. There was also just the arrow glimpsing by his eyebrows there, but either way, like, they're getting out, and, well, that was a Moonlight Shadow for nothing.
Yeah, well, MiTH, I guess they can go aggressive now that the mech is finished on the Venomancer. With their item builds, though, it's like, they can't fight too well. Morphling doesn't have his Linkens quite finished yet. But with the mech now, they have the possibility, but Venomancer is in the mid lane, but top lane, Doom up, Ice Blast to follow, waveform over KYXY. That DP was just absolutely suicidal.
Yeah, he got used to the fact that he's tanky all the time, but now Ohio, he has a Blink Dagger, but can't really use it. The Ravage just used to get that interrupt done, but it is, in the end, a Doom for Viper trade, but considering how high in experience whatnot the Viper was, I think that's a tiny bit better trade for MiTH here.
Definitely isn't Ravage and cooldown bow, but they get the cash. It's only a replicate though, they're gonna go for the kill. Arcane Orb actually is really good in clearing out replicates and illusions.
Yep, absolutely, but now they look for a Nightmare. They want a Nightmare, but of course they have the Poison Sting here all the time. That is quite annoying actually for Extinct here. I mean, he still has a Brain Sap to restore his HP, and oh, there's the Nightmare. But there's no
aggro though. And actually, he has to use his Sap soon as well. Otherwise, he's just gonna die. The tower, the slows. Go and use it. Yes, he gets the heal back. He's still tanking up the tower. 4-step down by Yamate. And the Poison Sting from the Plague Ward just.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's really annoying. That's also like why I like the Venomancer. Like, if fights drag on for a long time, like, teams tend to underestimate how much damage those Plague Wards do. Plus, like, they're slow on everyone. The damage ticking over time, like, it sums up in the end. It really sums up, but it requires, of course, the fights to drag on long. For now, the fights were relatively short. Like, that's the biggest problem for MiTH. They're not as tanky as they should be by now. Of course, the Ancient Aberration is an easy target. He managed actually to get the Orca Club right now, so some more tankiness coming out by him, as well as the Stuff of Wizardry. So we have a Ganem Scepter attempt here by him. And let's see, what is the Earthshaker going for? I don't think he's going for anything, because he's going to be the full support bitch. Like, he's the poor guy who has to buy all the wards. So you see his gold, 575, and he's going to buy that all on cooldown. Seeing him doing crazy Acro Slams after Blink Dagger or so, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, not anytime soon, at least, for sure. Actually, now Roshan is the target for Titan. They're probably going to get it as well. Doesn't look like MiTH, no, but the Ice Blast is flying. KOX, my mech already on cooldown as well. Actually, the Doom replicate comes in. So are they really backing off? Moonlight Shadow is there. KOX, he's low on mana, no mech. I'm not too sure if Titan want to fight this. Sure, there's no Ice Blast either, but they're gonna go in. And MiTH doesn't look like they want to do anything about it.
Yep, absolutely. And, well, I don't think they even
The Nightmare comes out. Actually, Extinct, he gets doomed as well. So Bane, he's gonna go down for sure. Akel's even waveforms in, but I mean, a Bane for Roche. I think Titan is pretty happy about it. They get the Gush on MyPro as well. The slows from the Poison attack. Venom Scale hits on 2, but it's not going to be enough. Yamate comes in with the Arcane Orbs. Mech or not MyPro, he's going down.
Yep, I think he thought he had enough mana there for the Poison Over just to do some damage before he dies, but in the end, it is a Roshan and a 1-1 trade, so definitely going Titan's way here. And oh god, Ancient Apparition, but Yamate is already in there. Just the orbs and everything, trying to slow him, trying to juke him, maybe TP out, but oh, the Ice Blast coming out, and oh, that was quite nice here. Lakel's coming in, but oh, the Ravage being used, and now the big hammer is coming. Lakel's, well, he's getting the Aegis off, but that's the biggest problem. Can he get out of here?
Oh, we have a Brain Sap as well with Fiend Script. Actually, what? Extinct? He started running the wrong way for a second. Now the stun comes up, but never mind. Brain Sap is there. Arcane Orbs on to Noki as well. Fiend Script maybe 4-step forward. Actually, Fiend Script doesn't have enough mana for it. But Astral Imprisonment.
He could if he wanted to.
There's the Fiend Script actually onto MiPro now, but they're dropping so low from the Venomous Scale and the Poison Nova both. He gets the brains of MiPro, one more right click, Yamate, he gets the kill. Extinct is the casualty in the Ohio, tanking up the tower, level death up, blink from KYT, so... I mean, that chase was rather costly for Titan.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they should have been happy after getting Ancient Apparition and getting the Morphling, but then diving under the tier 1 tower ping with the 2 supports. I guess you can if you have the advantage, but yeah, they would have been better off just not committing to this.
Yeah, and I mean, 21 minutes in, Yamate, he has a Hex on the OD. Man, just that intelligence, the Sanity's Eclipse, it's gonna do so much damage now, and doesn't look like his farm will stop anytime soon. I mean, he's 5-0 and 6 so far.
Yep, absolutely. This Hex now on Yamate, this is really worrisome. Like, his ultimate, like, it does hit for a ton with the higher input he's getting, and this is even without any stacks at the moment. Like, his orb is level 4 now, so you saw it already.
Nets is going for the solo kill mid lane. He got the arrow onto SD, Starstorm to follow, a few right clicks. Actually, the Fisher comes out, one more right click, Ancient Apparition, he's gonna survive. Or nope, never mind, he goes down in the end. The last right click actually followed him, but...
Doom committed for this one, I guess, yeah. Just to prevent him from leap away after he was successful. But it's really too bad because that Ancient Apparition, he was desperately trying to get here and there some farm. I mean, top that was like some sort of split push, or I get some farm attempt. Now in mid he wanted to clear some CS just to get closer to that Aghanim Scepter, which is about time to come. I mean, support Ancient Apparition, not supporting actually, as in buying wards and whatnot. He really needs it soon, like, but he's so far away. That's the biggest problem for him. But let's see. Top is the first or the next thing to come up. Titan. Let's see if they want to commit to it.
I mean, Ravage is coming off cooldown 3 seconds time, but the Ice Blast is flying. Fisher as well, KO actually taking a lot of damage, but there's no Doom. Pipe activated. Gush comes through from Ohio. Will he pop the Ravage as well? Kills. He goes in aggressively, gets stunned up immediately. Extinct, he has the Fiend Script. Gonna use it on KYT Doombringer. Somehow still alive. The Echo Slam comes through from Noki. But the Nightmare onto Extinct can get the deny from it. Sanity's Eclipse comes through. It's a 2 for 2 so far. Poison Nova pop from the Venomancer, but goes down to the last right click of Yamate. So a 3 for 2 and everybody looks to be back enough, but I think MiTH, they got a better fight than I expected.
Yep, I mean, it looked so horrible, but oh, nice, another arrow here on Noki. There won't be a follow-up this time. I mean, the biggest problem was that Lakel's, oh, there's an Ice Blast on Yamate, possibly hitting, no, too bad, he saw that one coming. But the biggest problem was really that arrow. That was a long stun on Lakel's, and there was just nothing he could do. He was just, I don't know, getting that replicate up, and it looked like they might get the Viper kill, but then again, this was also like a really low agility adaptive strikes on the Viper, and, well, it was not enough. I mean, it was enough eventually for the kill, but at what cost? That's it. A 3 for 2 trade, I'm not sure. Like, we have to look at the crafts again. Like 7.5k in experience, more than 4k now in gold. It's still okay-ish for 24 minutes. You already said it, the MiTH is doing quite some work. Or the 2 MiTHs.
Yeah, but even if the hand of MiTH, especially Lakel's farm, it just slowed down so damn much. I mean, he got the Lincoln Sphere at a decent enough timing. I think it was like 18 to 19 minutes into the game. But after that, just now, he has enough to finish up power trades, if he even wants to do so. So it's just not cutting it at the moment. And Titan, with the kind of lineup that they have, they probably want to just keep on applying pressure to MiTH. And just net, I mean, having a hand of MiTH for quite some time already, and he's going for an Orchid next. So even the support, Mirana, just has a pretty decent amount of farm.
Yeah, I also like what Ohio is going for here. 4 stuff and Plank Dagger. Oh, but... Oh, Noki, what did he do there? Hexed and just... Ouch. Brutalized by Yamate, let's call it like this.
I mean, the Arcane Orb is level 4, he's level 16 already. Actually, he goes in with the 4 staff, waveform replicate out prior Lakel's. But Yamate, having himself a Ring of Health, is he going for Lincoln Sphere against the Doombringer?
Might be possible, but I'm just impressed how much damage like the Outworld Destroyer already does, and that Ring of Health, is that actually the start of a refresher? That would be just insane, the damage. Like, if you have a OD who's ahead in levels and has a quite nice info, maybe even with those fights up, a double ultimate, that is just, those targets that don't die from it, they find themselves with pretty much 0 mana. I don't know. This OD is really getting scary.
Indeed he is. I mean, whether it be Lincoln's or Refresher or both items will be rather good, I think. But the one thing the Titan is lacking at the moment, and we see it as well, is just having the ability to push. I mean, the tier 1 tower top lane is still alive as well with 600 HP. Titan, they've been coming and nibbling away at the tower for a long, long while, but just the Plague Wards of the Venomancer have been enough to divert the push.
Yep.
So that's really their only downside to their lineup.
But still, like Titan is not doing the aggressive push we had in the last game, because last game they every time they got a successful fight or like a better trade, they capitalized on it, did something. Right now they're on the Dire side, and Titan is always a bit more passive on the Dire side, because they say like, hey guys, if we do something successfully, we still have Roshan, we can hold back. But I don't know if that's a good idea against this game, or in this game with the Doom, like Devour MiTH ticking with a Morph, the MiTH ticking and having okay-ish farm. I think it could be much more still, but it is quite some okay-ish farm, and well, the kills don't matter that much. We saw that last game especially. But the biggest problem is also that, like Net for example, the support Mirana is finding farm 2 Oblivion stuffs here. So he's gonna have that orchid pretty much soon. Yamate, we already talked about his farm. KYXY, same build like last game. He has a mech, he has the pipe, and it looks like Orca Club. 2 options, of course, Aghanim Scepter or BKB, but I think this is gonna be a BKB.
Yeah, I mean, he's going really defensive at the moment, or just utility build, I guess. And you kind of need the BKB. We saw it in the last fight. I thought with the pipe and mech might be enough to just keep him alive.
Mirana ulti and hasty on the OD. Poor Ancient Operation.
He just 4 right clicks probably. He's gonna do the job. He's actually backing himself into a pretty nice corner. He's somehow still alive. Ice Blast does connect on Yamate, and I can't believe he actually survived. And it's so important that he did not die. He's only 100 gold away almost from finishing his Aghanims.
I mean, if he really wanted to, he could have used the Sanity Eclipse, but then I would have said like my typical sentence, I think that was a bit too much. But yeah, it would have been. I mean, Sanity Eclipse for a support AA, I don't think that's really...
AA, did he just sell his boots of speed to finish up the Aghanims just to be on the safe side? And actually level 2 ultimate with an Aghanims.
Yes, he did.
In combination with Venomancer's ultimate, which is also level 2. I mean, Titan, they need BKBs and they need them soon.
Yep, absolutely. The BKBs are absolutely necessary. There is a smoke following up this Mirana ultimate and the first gank attempt, so they are coming towards mid, looking for something. And to be honest, I support this Ancient Apparition pick. Like, hell, he's an Ancient Apparition, he's gonna be in the background anyway. All he has to do is get that, I don't know, chilling touch on everyone, maybe cast some orbs, which is a huge range anyway, and then of course the Ice Blast, hit it on as many people as possible. So the Aghanim Scepter without boots, I totally support it.
Yeah, I mean, just the Aghanims is a huge upgrade on that hero. But finally we do see the tier 1 going down. Titan, they're just there with 5 heroes at the moment. But MiTH, I think they actually might try to put on a defense for the tier 2 here.
Yep, let's... Well, what did I just see? There's the Ice Blast actually, yeah. I was just looking where it comes, but it did only connect on 2 people, so... I don't know. At the moment, it seems like Titan, they started to... Yeah, go for the objectives. Like, they decided... All the time they were just going for those small brawls and whatnot. Now it seems like they said, like, guys, 28 minutes, we have to go, we have to start.
Yeah, and actually Titan now, they just popped the pipe as well for no apparent reason, but they do back off at the moment. Roshan is about to respawn in 1 minute, but the Hex on Tola kills, will it be enough? Yes, the Sanity Eclipse, even popping the Ravage for that. I mean,
just making sure he does
commitment.
not get out of here. But the damage of Yamate is just sick. Like the all plus the Hex, that alone was almost enough. He survived with really low HP because he triggered, or of course, or his strength morph. But then the Ravage just making sure nothing's happening there. So, and that of course gives them, at the moment they just shoo MiTH around, like Lakel's down, and they go immediately for the tier 2 tower bottom. Like the Venomancer is rotating in, starting to put some Plague Wards up, but eventually, like, yeah, they're forcing MiTH, changing lanes all the time. At the moment, they're just responding to whatever Titan says. Like Titan says, MiTH is doing. And just buying time that way. Roshan, or they check Roshan at least, but we have a couple more seconds till Mr. King Kongo respawns.
Yeah, and actually, MiTH, I mean, it's not looking as bad for them. The Doombringer is still farming up rather well. Of course, hasn't died for a pretty long time, it feels like as well. So Blink, BKB, Hand of Midas, of course, and now going for what looks like it's going to be a Shiva's card.
Oh, but Noki. They found Noki here, and with that Orchid, he couldn't even defend himself with the Fissure, so that's an easy kill, and that's a perfect timing. No Earthshaker and Roshan spawns. Unfortunately, nobody's checking it. Like, they bring the Courier, and the Courier will... yeah, they actually saw it already before. The arrows coming in. Roshan is stunned. Ohio's gonna do the tanking part, as well as providing some minus armor here, and, well... that's it, easy Roshan, there won't be any contest. This is also a 30-minute mark and it is 10 kills advantage. Without that Roshan we are looking already at a 12k experience advantage as well as 7.5k and climbing for the gold craft. So I think Titan will go for the final step now. They say, hey guys, we got Aegis, we got the advantage, everything we need, we have to finish before, for example, the Morphling will be too successful with his farm.
Yeah, when I'm at the OD, he has his Lincolns finished as well. Actually, didn't bring out the recipe from the courier, but regardless, he has it finished. Actually, extinct. He runs into KYT, he has an Invis rune as well. Fiend's Grip into arrow, Nightmare into arrow, something like that. Actually, Nightmare comes out net, will follow up with the arrow. They have the Orchid as well to boost up the damage in NIP, but he got the BKB, what?
What the hell?
Oh, the arrow still stunned him as well, like, how? How does that
no,
work?
that was this was this, I don't know. That was actually quite interesting, because theoretically it should not have done it. Like if the BKB came out after the Nightmare, like in that tiny split second between the arrow and the Nightmare, it should not have been. He should not have been stunned. But apparently the stun hit him, but he still got the BKB off. So interesting. I think that must have happened at exactly the same time or something.
Yeah, that's a really funny interaction, to be honest, but I mean, for Titan, they didn't use any big ultimates or anything, and now 10-second PKB down to 9 seconds, so not too bad. Net just split pushing the bottom lane, using the Starstorm and leaping out. Well, that's like ultimate red style.
Yep, just like effective. But he's joining the fray here, he's going top, and top is where Titan is going to fight. Extinct is the only one not there, but if he wants to, maybe he could come in. Or he's TPing top because he thinks he's faster that way. The Lincolns on the Viper and they go for it. Pipe also up, and yeah, they want to get rid of that replicate here. Yamate made sure that's not happening, and this tower, it's gonna be uncontested as well.
And actually the pipe was used for that as well. Otherwise they maybe could have gone for a high ground push at the moment. I mean, the creep wave is pretty huge. But oh my bro, he gets silenced up net though. Didn't get the arrow himself, actually didn't even try. But they still have the Aegis, so time is kind of ticking in their favor until the Aegis expires, of course. But having the Lincolns, the Sheep on NWP, Yamate, he can just go balls deep if he really wants to.
Yep, absolutely. And let's see, MiTH looks like they might go aggressive here, and they could single out someone at least. I mean, there's Ohio, but he's quite mobile. Then we have Net here going for the split push mode at the moment. It's like when it comes to movement on the map, Titan is just so much superior to MiTH at the moment. Like it really feels like Titan is just, I don't know, like the conductor of an orchestra, and MiTH is doing exactly what they want, sending them from lane to lane. And well, next tower, there's a cliff available if they want to, and there's the shotgun. Shotgun 33 minutes. It's by far not the fastest one, but well, it's coming. There's the arrow flying, not connecting on anything. Replicate maybe baiting here. But yeah, this is all but the mid-tier 2 tower down. And let's see. High ground here, high ground later, trying to get a pick off. That's the biggest question for Titan at the moment.
Yeah, it depends on Ohio. He doesn't have his refresher orb yet, needs the perseverance for it. Gem is coming out as well to net at the moment, so they are just waiting, pushing out every single lane. I guess they want to get the last tier 2 before actually committing to a high ground push.
Yep. I don't know. I mean, I suspect Titan might go actually quite, you know, step by step. Just getting that tier 2 tower in the mid. And right now, MiTH is not responding. I mean, twice they just watched how a tier 2 tower fell. And I don't think this is gonna change for the third one. Or maybe with the Venomancer, I mean, they have everything ready. But then again, I just don't see this happening. Right now the Venomancer, like all his resources are busy just to get rid of the pipe, pretty much, when you like look at the damage value and whatnot. And oh, there's an arrow on MiPro. Do they take this as an initiation? Yes, Astro Imprisonment will come out. No, they don't even need it. But the Poison Nova is coming about with the mech and the pipe. I don't think they're gonna be impressed too much about this.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even have to pop the pipe at the moment. I mean, there's still no Aghanims upgrade for Venomancer. He is the Blade of Alacrity short of it. And now with that on cooldown, they can actually go in rather deep. They didn't even have to use the Hex on Yamate, so everything is still available. And he's actually picked up an Oblivion Staff, so now he might be looking towards the Refresher Orb on the OD.
Yeah, I was surprised this is a Lincoln Sphere over Refresher. Refresher might have been interesting. We have a nice block and Fisher here, but of course this is also not forever. And oh, Ancient Apparition, the arrow in his face, and then 2 orbs, and the Gush made the whole thing. And
they get the Hex on Noki as well. The Blink Warstorm Doom hop onto Yamate. Lincolns are not nicely done by KYT, but Fiend Script up. But actually nice Fisher to stop it all. But KYX, so if his own BKB, he's tanking it up in the front line. Zara will completely miss this time around from net. But Yamate, he has the Aegis, so even if it does go down, which he even doesn't, he's still healthy. Gonna get healed up a little bit, but never mind, the tower cancels the urn.
Yep, it's, well, also the Gale didn't hit here. I mean, they got what they wanted. Like, they got 2 kills, they still got the Aegis. Well, it's reclaimed in 20 seconds anyway, but they did quite some damage on the tier 3 tower, and now they say, hey guys, we are too low in HP, we just go back or wait for someone to come out. So this is typical Titan retreat. Let's see. With that regeneration rune here, the OD might actually take it. But then again, if you look at this HPS, like by the time he's pushing that top wave out, like he's gonna be full HP again.
Oh man, and a lot of items coming out from Titan Ohio. As his Refresher Orb finished, double Ravage, and the only one to have BKB on MiTH side is the Doombringer. And they're actually gonna get the Refresher Orb on Yamate now as well. Needs another 30 gold. So one more creep, and yeah, he has his finish now as well if he just buys it up. And Perseverance is there. Double Refresher Orb, Aghanim Scepter, KYXY, he is about 700 gold away from that, 600 even.
What the hell? The Doom just blinked towards the jungle and actually jumped directly into an arrow. Like, I don't know if that was intentional, but net. He gotta be careful though, because he's the gem carrier at the moment, so his like little split push actions whatsoever, like if he's getting targeted or jumped upon by Doom for example, he might lose that gem. So with a gem, not many things of course changed here, but I'm just saying, like, if you're the gem carrier you should not go all the way alone. But for now it really seems like Titan is just, hey guys, let's just farm. But there has been a Moonlight Shadow.
They might catch MiPro, they had vision of him as well. They will get the Gusher, will the KYXY. Gonna get the Viper Strike, no Force Staff, no nothing. Mech Pop, goes for the Venomous Scale, but Fiend Script just in case from Extinct. Kill secured, actually get the Hex on SD, but the Fisher blocks him off. One more Arcane or would have done the job, but the Fisher saves the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, Yamate is just hitting like a truck, and well, with the Venom down, there's a lot of defense missing at the base, but it seems like, yes, Titan, they decide to go top because there's a creep wave already awaiting them. So yeah, the Venomancer, we have to see about the buybacks. In theory, no, he doesn't even have a buyback, so they have to wait the full 20 seconds. So no Master Upon Wards that buy the time. We still have of course the Fissure, which he's gonna do right now pretty much. Yes, there it is, buying some time, but oh, Ohio is going in. That's quite interesting. That's very ballsy even, but 4 stuff out immediately off the high ground, and the next creep wave is arriving. Yamate, they're gonna start doing quite some damage here. Lakels, he's just not having any impact on that game so far. Nice Observer Ward, they see exactly what's going on, but there is a Sentry Ward directly next to it, so it's just a matter of time till this ward is getting directed. Yes, now he's actually doing the micro, and well, let's see what's the next step. In theory, they could just initiate with a Ravage, or wait for an arrow to land, something like that.
Yeah, and wow, KYT actually, he wanted to go for Yamate. He got the Lincolns to pop as well, but couldn't follow up with the Doom. The arrow will not hit. KYT just squeezes himself through from the Fissure.
He's too fat to go between the pillar and the Fissure.
But this is just the slowest of sieges at the moment. I mean,
yeah.
the
This
Viper
reminds
just
me of Alliance games, like without like an alliance, you would have someone split pushing a third
Oh,
lane pretty
lucky.
much.
Gyro hits on the Earthshaker, 5-second one. They use the smoke, but the Hoya, he goes in with the Ravage, catches my pro as well. Where's the refresher of holding onto it for the time being? Hey, wait, with his BKB activated, and Venomancer will bye-bye. Sanity clips the game off. A double BKB from Lakels and KYT. They blow up X-Nick. But now Ohio, refresher activated. There's Ravage number 2. Catches 2 heroes Lakels, just running away with his BKB. Hex up onto SD. 4 heroes down. Only one of them has buyback, and that's the Earthshaker. And Lakels broke
the Hero actually hitting on Lakels. Look at this. This might be a full team wipe. It is a full team wipe. That's an ultra kill on Yamate. And I think we saw our GG now, right there. And yeah, as I say, they call it. Like, perfect execution here by Titan. Double Ravage, double Sanity Eclipse. But even without that, like, the waveform only hitting on 2 people, it was only enough for a Bane. The Ice Blast only connected on 1 person, even though this was pretty much a 5-on-5 clash. The Venomancer not having any impact. The Poison Nova didn't even get out. He died before he could use anything. No Gale, no massive wall somewhere, no Poison Nova, no nothing. So Titan they sieged the high ground for what, about 5 minutes, and they waited for the perfect timing, and they got it. Easy finish there.
Yeah, I mean, I just have to say, Net, he set up so many of those pushes and the kills just with random arrows. Just arrow into initiation, and just look at Yamate's score, 11-0-11.
Absolutely. And guys, that's it. But we will continue here. Kingdom versus Immunity is the next game here on HeflaTV 1. We will stay online for this. And yep, that's pretty much it. If you understand Mandarin or Chinese, you can also go on HeflaTV 5 and 6. They're gonna cast the JDL as well as the MSI Dragon Battle. Also nice C games coming up there. And yes, we only got 13 minutes time till the next game, so I'm making this short. Just like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and here on Twitch. Of course, our English channels are HeflaTV 1 and 2 and HeflaMog, and that's pretty much it. My name is HeflaMog, and casting with me is Coucher. 30 minutes break, and we are back for game Kingdom versus Immunity.